Something's not tight enough here. Okay, that should do it. I see one person has popped in. Okay. All right, let me get that up on here. Make sure that's all good. Ran late again because I got distracted by an internet fight. I love that the social media, the debates and stuff. I don't comment, I was just reading. All right, so we got 13. Hello, Jackie. Hey, Mel. Hello, Miss Kennedy. Hello, Norma. So we might have some new people joining us tonight. Hello, Kathy. Kim Jenkins of Yesterday's Tomorrow's was in here today. She did another. Hello, Lynette. Hey, Denise. Hey, Terry. And she did another Facebook Live here. And so she did bring us more people again who might be watching tonight as well. So for those who have never... Okay, hello, Sandy. See, there's one of the ladies new, one of our new folks here. It's super easy. All you do is you comment sold. Hey, Miss Mercille. And we get to say sold and what the item is. And it goes by whoever I see first. Hi, Beth. Hey, Peggy. And then if there's like any kind of like if somebody's like other people see somebody else first, we go by the majority rules on it. Now you're always going to see yourself first because you're hitting enter. So it's always going to say enter on. It's always going to show your name first because you're hitting it on your device. The problem is, hello, Annette. There is Facebook lag, and it can be anywhere from 15 seconds to, I think in some cases, a minute. I'm not sure how it works, why it does that, if it's the internet, if it's just Facebook itself. So again, majority rules, you just say sold and what the item is, because sometimes I'm like the third item, so I don't know what item you're saying sold to. So just sold, what the item is. If you've not purchased with us before and you need to have something shipped to you, just direct message us your zip code and your email, and we'll send you a PayPal invoice. You can either pay that directly, you don't have to have a PayPal account, or you can call in with a credit card, safe and securely during business hours. Do not send us your credit card information, okay? And we put it right directly into our bank machine during business hours, and it'll be myself or my husband, usually my husband, because I have good hearing, but for some reason I don't always hear very well on the phone, so he's usually the one who takes those. So I was only going to do like 60 items, but I ended up picking up 80-something things again because the vendors bring in such great items. And we're going to get going here. So again, just say sold, what the item is. If you have any questions, the group of folks in here are fantastic. They will gladly help you. But they're also your competition, so watch out for that. So I grabbed this cute little vintage, has a patent, aluminum patented 1609, American-made aluminum, a Foley aluminum juicer for just $3.50, and this is from our vendor, Belmont Farmhouse. Yeah, we love Kim too. She's a wonderful lady. And we also did an unusual one on Sunday night where we walked around the shop and let you guys direct us where to go and what to get. So that was very fun. That was a big success. It was almost 3 hours. And hey, Miss Lloyd. So again, $3.50 for the nice little aluminum juicer. And just say sold and which item it is. I have the juicer for Norma. So it's as easy as that. Yeah, that was fun. We'll probably do those once a month. It has to be when Don is here, and it'll be a Sunday night. So that we don't, because we came in on Monday and we gathered and got everything grouped and cleaned up the mess. Sold a lot of stuff. It was a lot of fun. Hey, Brenda. This is Norma. And then my shipper, Don, he is only here he gets here a little after 10, and then he has to leave at 3. So he gets as much of it done as he can in between our customers and everybody else that might need something and things moving in and out. So he's my packer and my shipper. All right, for 910 we have a 1910 to 1923 ball jar with the zinc and aluminum, the zinc and the porcelain lid, and it's got a bunch of blocks in it. And that is $9.10 from the Hip Chick, who you'll hear she's working in her space right now. I have the jar for Peggy. Okay. So yes, if you see her here, well, she won't be going behind me, but if you hear something, I'm not alone. I have a soap saver. And this is $8. It's vintage. It's metal long-handled pre-World War II soap saver. So you put your extra little scraps of soap in here, and then you keep scrubbing your dishes or your laundry, whatever it was that was in there, the type of soap that they had then, the bar soap. And this little thing just slides down, and you can open up the basket. You can use it for potpourri or whatever. And then this little bar just slides, this little loop slides right back on it to close it, and you just put your little scraps of soap in there, and that's called a soap saver. And that's $8. Hello, Miss Cerulli. I have it's got a little choppy there. It's probably actually ran on in a mill. And this is $4. The vintage wood spool with the peachish colored thread, $4. I have the soap saver for Annette. I have the first spool to Miss Kennedy. I have Deborah Kennedy for that spool. And I got one other one in a different color. Let me know if you want that one. Let me get these things tagged. I have another one that's got all kinds of paint and stuff on it for $4. Do you want that one for the pox? So just let me know. First one goes to Deborah Kennedy. And let me know if you want that one. You got it. Okay, so both spools are gone. We're going out to Lancaster October 1st. That's Sunday night. So we're hoping to come across more of this stuff. I'm not sure how much more we're going to be able to find of these, because these actually are out of a mill up in Maine, which is actually turned into an antique shop itself, an antique mall. But it was functioning up until hello, Marie. It was functioning up until a couple of years ago, a few decades ago, and they just kind of emptied out all the stuff. So they're kind of starting to run down on all the things they had in there. So the place that we used to get them in. Okay, I have okay, she is made in Czechoslovakia. She has a tiny little chip on her bonnet. And she is just $1 firm for the little porcelain Miss, little chip on the hat, made in Czechoslovakia, little basket girl, $1. And she's made in Czechoslovakia. Yeah, we did an adventure through this. Well, you were there, Marie. You got a bunch of rolling pins that Don's got up on his table waiting to get prepped for shipping. All right, so $1 on the little blue Miss from Czechoslovakia. Then we have one in a green dress with a blue hat. This one's made in Japan. So her details are not as... All right, I have the first basket girl to the Czechoslovakian one to Miss Mercio. And then we have the second one. It's not as... Japan would do a lot of knockoffs of things. So this is their knockoff of the one in Czechoslovakia. So you can see how much better made this one is. And you want the green one too. And then you can just kind of see how they would mimic. And it would just not be as detailed and dainty. And they did that with a lot of the stuff. But in itself, it's become collectible as well. But they did a lot of like the German mice and the Staffordshire dogs and all that. So they became the knockoffs of all that pottery and porcelain back in the day. And they'd be sold at like your Woolworths and stuff, the less expensive ones. And then I have one more little lady left. She's also from the 1920s or 30s. She's also $1. She's much smaller. And she's what they just she's doing a little curtsy. So, and there were a lot of these in the 1910s and 20s that were made in, the next Jewelry Live is this Saturday night. If you go to our events page, they're all there. And if you just click, it'll give you the reminder. I have this little lady going to Jackie. I have Jackie first on that one. So these were the knockoffs of a lot of German and Austrian Art Deco porcelain girls like this. Okay. All right. We have a lot of stuff to get through. Open this first. There's stuff in here. Okay, this just came in today. It's 2x3. It's a vintage little tiny frame. It's got the metal frame, little easel, and this is $5.60. This is from Relove with Heart. And it's got that little metal gold frame, and it's got the little easel back that you just slide open like that. And it has the original glass in there. The sold. Oh, you should have bought that last. And Nick know how to greet me. Oh, yeah. All right. So we have the little frame for $5.60. It's 2x3, and it's an easel back. So, and that is from Relove with Heart. Okay, I have this. Made in India. Beautiful etched vase. It's 7 inches tall. It's brass with red paint. And this is $8 from our vendor. Yeah. And this is $8 from Vintage Crush. And you can see it's got a lot of the red paint in it. It's a nice piece of brass. And it's all etched. You can feel the details on that. And that is $8 at 7 inches. So a little over $1 an inch on that. Okay, we have this art glass, not old, $9.60. It's like a crackle glass. You can actually feel the little ridges in the glass, and then it's got this funky little applied handle. Hey, Kim. And this is $9.60 from Pickin' Wildflowers. It's 6 inch. I have the pumpkin going to Deborah. 6 inch diameter, 5 inches tall. I have Miss Kennedy for the pumpkin. That just came in today. We had a lot of our vendors were in today, so after I pulled the original batch of stuff, I actually went around and found more stuff. Okay. All right, we have a primitive wood masher for $9.60 from our vendor Barb's Treasures. Now, there is this crack through it on the bottom half. I just want you to see that. You can tell this is just totally hand hewn, where they just kind of chopped it and smoothed it out. I have the masher for Christina Lloyd. I have Christina Lloyd first on the masher. And then I have Marie saying hello to Kim, and then Miss Kennedy. So that is for Miss Lloyd. Just a little over a month, and we'll all be doing the Monster Mash. We got some vintage baby shoes in. These are $6.40. You can see they were well worn and well loved. And I believe that they said they got these these were a gentleman, he was in his 80s, and these were his baby shoes. So these are $6.40. They have little cutouts, and these are little leather baby shoes for $6.40 from Relove with Heart. Okay, I found a card of lace for $3.20. So there's one, two, three, 4, 5. Looks like 4 different types of lace. I have the baby shoes for Heather, all right. And $3.20 for the little thing of lace, card of lace, and I have the lace to Sandy. I have Sandy first on the lace. And if we've not sent to you before and you need it shipped, just direct message us. You don't have to do it right now. At the end of the show, just direct message us your email and your zip code. And you're welcome to keep shopping. We just make little piles for everybody. I have the baby shoes for Heather. Okay, we have the lace for Stacy. That's for Sandy. I'm sorry, for Sandy. And I've been assured that some of the vendors are keeping their eyes out, and we should be seeing more lace. Okay. Now, I have another pair of little baby shoes. These have little anchors on them, same price, $6.40. Does not look like he wore these as much as the other ones. But they were worn. And this pair has little anchors, and these are also $6.40. Now this can ship, should ship, right? Yeah, that should be able to be okay. I have a nice little wood sewing box for $14.40. So it has the handle, and it has the little, it's the barrel bottom, and then the top opens up nicely. I have Deborah Kennedy for the box. You got it. I have the sewing box going to Miss Kennedy. I have Miss Kennedy first on the box. Yeah. Now we've been taking care of Kim because she's been bringing so many lovely people our way. She actually found when she was in here today one of the last bags of lace that it must have been out of the basket where I was pulling the lace from last week, so she found some lace today. Yeah, and you're also, you're across the country. Miss Kennedy's here, so I also don't know if that plays into how it happens online. All right. Okay, guys, get ready because I know you all love these. Rural England, little pink transferware butter pat for just $4. And that is the older. It is marked on the back. And it's a little cottage with the bridge. And that is the red. I mean, they call it red. To me, it's more like a mauve transferware butter dish. You got it, Miss Mercille. I saw that like when I was turning off the lights. I didn't even know she brought in a butter pat. All right. Okay. Now I believe we can ship this because we can take parts of it apart. A wood scales of justice for $15.20, 13 inches tall, 12 inches wide. And this is from our Picking Wildflowers as well. And this is just $15.20. It is wood with the little metal hooks on it. And it doesn't really move. It's more decorative than anything. It was probably a planter. And that is $15.20. It's got some age to it. Fun paint project. Little transfers on it. It'd be very cute. And that is from Picking Wildflowers. It's got some good weight to it. Made in China. All right, so we have Made in China silver-plated little metal bank locomotive for $9.60. And I'd say probably the 1990s, late 80s. And that's $9.60. It's got good weight too. It's 3.5 inches by 5.5 inches. And that is from our vendor, Auntie's Attic. I'm a little tired. My mind goes off track. Okay, this is just a little cute little picture. It's not marked. From our vendor on Second Thought for $6.40. It has the little applied flowers on it. No maker's mark. It's just porcelain. A little older. I'm going to say it's probably Japan or Hong Kong or Taiwan. And that's $6.40 on the little picture. Also from On Second Thought, these are a little bit newer. They have the plastic stoppers. We have a pair of little, I don't know what kind of dogs they are, but they're just cute. And they are $12 for the salt and pepper set. No markings. And those are from On Second Thought. So one has 3, one has the 2, so those are salt and peppers. And the one has a black scarf, gray scarf on the black dog. All right. I have Miss Mercille for the salt and pepper. And now what did I do with the little notepad I had? Oh, there it is. So we skipped the cat meeting last night because it was Donnie's birthday. He turned 17 and he likes, and I took him to his favorite restaurant, Twist on Thai in Apakong, which is an excellent Thai restaurant, but we do not go there too often because hey Linda, the bank does have the stopper. Our son, it looks like it's just like you put a coin in it. He loves the chicken sauté, and the chicken sauté is only available as an appetizer. So he gets 5 orders of those. So he's not a cheap date. So we don't go there often, but for his birthday, 17th birthday, I thought he needed to go there for his birthday. So he's very thrilled about that. It's a very good restaurant. Okay, so I have Denise for the train. Just reminds the train. It just reminds me of the stuff you used to get at Service Merchandise, because they always had like the best silver-plated new baby selection. I remember going in there whenever there was a new baby in the family and picking out something at Service Merchandise. And we usually get a bank, so you could put a little bit of money in there for the baby. And I miss Service Merchandise. He is a very good boy. Yeah, we went to Honolulu on Saturday night, as many of you knew. That's hibachi style, which is really good. He loves that too. So he ate all of that up. So I have this. The basket is missing. It's an as is. It's $8. I know you guys are all looking for, you're all looking for these a coffee pot like Kim did her Santa transfer on yesterday. $8. So this one's not as tall, but it does have enough room on it. It is like aluminum. I have the coffee for Lynette. I have Lynette first on the coffee pot. If people are seeing different, let me know. I have Lynette, then Deborah, then Janet. I have Lynette for the coffee pot. And that is the only one I saw today in that price point that you could. But our vendors know to look out for things like that, so hopefully we get more of those things in like that. Thanks, Pam. Okay, this just came in today. It is newer. It's not older. It's Gracie China, made in China. It's a little porcelain bird creamer from our Cavalier Collectibles for $5.60. So you can see it's got the little handle as the little tail. It's got beautiful painting on it. A little open mouth for pouring out. The hibachi place is on your way here. It's in that ShopRite, in the ShopRite shopping center in Byram, on the very end, next to the gym and by the McDonald's. It's Honolulu. Honolulu. I just like saying it. So this cute little bird is just $5.60. I have the bird for Brenda. Yeah, that's another one of his favorite places. And that's actually cheaper than taking him to Twist on Tie, because they, you know, he gets the chicken meal. They cook it right up in front of you there. Twist on Tie is usually very good grades or a birthday. And we have the menus here too, so. All right, we have another pumpkin. This one is wood. It's very lightweight, actually, surprisingly. And it is, sounds like it's hollow, $8.40. And it is different colored pieces. And then you got burlap going around it with little metal, like leaves. And you got the little raft tie here and a little wood handle. So $8.40, that is from our vendor, the Hip Chick. So nice little fun. I have the pumpkin for Norma. It won't cost that much to ship because it is very surprising. I thought it was going to be heavier than it was when I picked it up. Just like I thought my tables that I just bought were going to be lighter. I got these nice folding tables with handles, and they weigh a lot more than I expected. So much for convenience. Because one of our folding tables ended up to be part of Don's shipping station. All right, this is from Read Love with Heart. It is a nice little jar, mason jar for $6.40. It's mostly Bennigan's. Somebody ate at Bennigan's a lot. There was a nice old one in here that I saw, filled with matchbooks. There's the shop. Is that ShopRite Can-Can? And there's tape on it. Being Good is a New Jersey Belle. Places that aren't existing anymore. Cruise Lake George. Oh, I just ordered them on Amazon. 94th Bomb Group Restaurant. So you get all these little vintage matchbooks in this jar for $6.40. There's even when the first time I came to New Jersey, and we went to a restaurant in Hohokus, and I said to Don, and this is, so you got the jar. I said to Don, I said Hohokus, did a stuttering magician name it? Hohokus Popokus. So that was, yes. Everybody always thinks that I get this from Don, but I'm older than him, so a lot of his, who knows, I might have been the bad influence on him with all the puns. Okay, so we have the jar from Miss Kennedy. I have another jar. This one's empty, and this is a linnet. Cool. And this is $11.20, and it had a coupon built onto the cap because a little bit of rust on it. It says 10 cents off only, and it's got this cute little handle, and this is $11.20 from our vendor, Andover Junction, and it's Duraglass jar, and whatever a linnet was. So, nice little jar for $11.20. I have the jar for Beth. It's like dueling neighbors. You guys don't live too far apart from each other. Has an iridescence to it, too. It's a really pretty little jar. The light's catching it. It looks so nice. All right, I have a teapot. This one's a little bit heavier. This is 12. This is Gorham pewter. It's got a wood handle. Paint is kind of flaking off on the handle. It's got a nice little spout, and this one is $12 from Burning Sensation Antiques. And the lid is attached. It is just a nice little primitive. Like I said, there is peeling on the handle, and that is pewter, and that is $12 from Gorham pewter. TH2 it's marked. I have the teapot for Jackie Bates. So if it's your first time shopping with us and you're not local and you need us to ship it, I just need you to direct message us your zip code and your email, and we'll get that out to you tomorrow when Don is in and he does all my packing and shipping. So welcome, Jackie. Okay, I have a fake apple that I think somebody thought, I don't know if they thought it was real in here, $1. It looks so real. It's like a plastic apple, and it's got like little teeth marks on it. And that's just $1 for the fake but real looking apple. And it's like a waxy plastic. $1. And it's even got a little stem in there. So if you're doing your fall decorations and you want an apple that's not going to go bad and you just want to put that out, $1. Okay. I have this cute little McCoy vase. There it is an as is. So it's $4.90. The as is an old large chip out of the base here. And because of that, she's got it marked $4.90. This is the older McCoy that wasn't marked. Oh, and there's a hairline. She's got more than a chip in it. Yeah, right? All right, so, no, oh no, those are just like crazing lines. All right, so there's just some crazing lines inside. So just display it that way. You got it, Miss Merciel. Good deal on that, because that is older. That's like 1920s, 30s on that one. And that is the McCoy Rose. A lot of them didn't mark the pieces, so we're fine. The nice thing with the Google Lens is a lot of people are able to identify the various potteries now. I have the vase sold to, yeah, but you know what, that apple, I think even if you threw it hard enough, it's not going to keep anybody away. And if our squirrel bit and didn't like it, he would have left a mess, because he had a temper tantrum when he didn't like the item that he got that one time. I have a set of 4 copper ramekin molds from Redeemable for $9.60. So you have grapes, and they're nice size. You have cherries. You have a 4-leaf clover. And in time for the fall, we have acorns. Are these supposed to be seasonal? No, not cherries. No, not seasonal. So $9.60 for all 4 of the little copper molds, and each one's different. And that is from Redeemable. Harry. I'm going to say Harry on that one, Donnie. Okay. This could be a fun project piece or just display as is. It's missing the cap. And I have the molds for Norma. And there's some dents in this. And because of that, this unusual cam, copper pour cam with spout is $7.20. So we're missing the cap. And we have a little dings here. But it's just an interesting little piece for $7.20. Has a very small little opening there. So whatever was coming out, I don't know if you actually... I wonder if this was a lamp of some kind. I don't know. Anyway, the copper thing with the dings and the dents and missing the cap is $7.20. I don't know. Norma for the little molds. And we don't know what something is. We call it art. Okay. We'll put that on the scale. Oh, yeah, there are quite a few. We have this sweet little made in Bavaria fine porcelain creamer for just $4. So you hear that nice ting? Oh, when I do that, you don't. But yeah, we don't hear any. If I heard a dull thud, then there'd be a hairline in there somewhere, and there's not. So it has these pretty little flowers on it, and that's just $4, and that is Bavarian porcelain. So, and it's blank on the other side. So $4 on that little one. So I grabbed this because this is a fantastic price. No chips on the spout. We've got the decoration on both sides, these pretty roses. We have the lid, no chips or any incidents on that. I have the picture for Lynn Rose. And we have this beautiful pot. This is Bavaria, Germany. And this beauty is just $6.40. And the flowers run down. It's really pretty. I have the teapot, coffee pot for Lynette. So the first thing I always do whenever I pick up any of the teapots, I always feel the spout. Because that's usually where the damage is, if there's any. I wonder how that happens. Like, what are you doing there? Like, you're hitting something, getting too excited about that. All right, now we're going into the, oops, I got one more thing on the floor, and then we got to get into the shelves. Ooh, and then I have that too. Okay. All right, so we have this little made in Taiwan, Ganderville Collectors, this blue mug holder or necklace holder from Lazy Q Ranch for $8. So it'll hold your mugs or anything if you want to put some necklaces and bracelets on it. I have the blue stand for Deborah Kennedy. Okay. All right. Ooh. Okay. Now, this up next, we had two pieces of chenille came in today, and the one has already been spoken for. Now, pay attention. There are some condition issues on this. There's a small tear on the end. There's a little bit of staining, and there's some wear to the chenille. This is 94 by 84, and it is $16. So it's missing some of the tufts. We found there's a tear inside of one of the ends and a couple of stains, but that's the sizes, and it's $16. And I have the chenille for Kerry. Good deal on that. Okay. All right. I have a yellow one I might put up tomorrow for you guys. This one is for Kerry. there it is. All right, let me put that glue on the tag so I don't lose it. All right. I'm not leaving you guys. I'm just going off stage for a second here. All the stuff is here. Woo. Okay. Okay. We have a 1980, the first year that the Islanders started their dynasty of winning the Stanley Cup championship for $5.60. It does have a lot of crazing in it. And it's got the Sunday Newsday on the back, which is the Long Island newspaper. Is that Brian Smith? Oh, no, Dennis Potvin. So if you know somebody who's a hockey fan, an Islanders fan, this is a must-have. This is, like I said, the first year that they won the Stanley Cup, and then they started a dynasty. At the time, I was still living on Long Island. My cousin was a huge Islanders fan, so she has like all the years of these. So $5.60 on the New York Islanders championship stein. Great piece for your sports lovers in your family. Yes, it was the start of the Islanders dynasty. All right, we have a gift. It is Johnny Mathis, 2002. If you can tell me what year was Johnny Mathis' first song made the charts, when he actually charted. So here he is, he's skiing down, and he plays Christmas music. So what year was Johnny Mathis first, when he finally hit the chart? So you get to own Johnny Mathis skiing. And you can tell me that year. Deborah Kennedy gets Johnny Mathis. Okay. Now he does not stop on his own. You got to let him sing his song. Okay, good. He doesn't sing the whole song. No, Deborah got it. You got it on the first try, Deborah. We're not going to keep throwing numbers out there, guys. All right, we have this darling little cruet, amber colored. Now, the condition issue on this is the stopper. So you can see it's very chippy, but you don't see that once it is in there. And because of that, it is just $7.20. So this is a beautiful piece of amber glass. Amber Cape Cod cruet. Okay, so I guess maybe this was an Avon. They did amber. I'm not sure, but yeah. So that's just $7.20 again. Our little stopper does have a little bit of chew up on the bottom, but other than that, it's a beautiful little piece of glass for just $7.20 from Pickin' Wildflowers. 1896. Ah, all right. We have some more pumpkins that our Cavalier Collectors has done. This one is $8, and she's got the fancy little, she paints these, and then she makes these bows, and then she does these stamps on each side. So this one's got full catalogs of bulbs and roses, and on the back it says flower seeds. And that is $8 from Cavalier Collectibles. I have the pumpkin for Miss Kennedy. I have another piece of that Gracie China brand. This is a little bird sitting on top of the basket. And this is $8 also from Cavalier Collectible. A little yellow bird sitting on a little basket handle. So not old, but just a pretty little piece of porcelain for $8. Yellow bird. Okay. On the tall shelf. Okay. All right. I have a 6 drawer little display cabinet for $14.40. It is wood, not super old. The drawers are not dovetails or anything. They're just like glued and stapled in there. But you can see they are fully functioning drawers. Hang it or it'll stand freely, and that is just $14.40. And that is, I have the drawers for Sandy Merchant Newber. You got it. So that, I'm like, ooh. I know people love their little drawers, so we grab that guy. Sandra on that first. Okay, I have another pumpkin. This one is also $8. This one has a green bow with a red jewel. Again, it's like a plastic with a little plastic stem, and she has painted and stamped both sides. Again, it's the little catalog on there. And this one has a butterfly. So this one has the green bow and the red, and also the same price, $8, and also from Cavalier Collectible. I've got Christmas music in my head. Okay. Grab this pretty little basket from our vendor, Reloved with Heart, 12.5 inches tall to the handle. So it's a wood handle. It's brown. It's nice, sturdy, and this is $9.60. So does it stand? So it will stand freely, or you can use the little hook to hang it, and it's flat on the back. So I have Miss Mercille for the basket. If anybody's seeing differently, let me know. I have Miss Mercille on the basket. Okay. Okay, goes back. Okay. Okay. We have another masher. This is probably this one's not as old as the other ones, but does have some age. This one's $12, and it's got a very big topper to it. So this one is $12. No splits to the woods or anything. It's got a nice finish on it, and it is. Christopher Walken is on break. He can only type in right now. So 9.5 inches tall on the big masher, and that's $12 on that one. Okay, I have this sweet little beaded purse made in Japan, vintage, and it's $8. It's got a short chain on it. It's like gold beading, and the clasp works very well, and the inside is nice and clean, no tears, and it has a made in Japan label. So this is 1950s, 60s on this, and this is just $8 for the cute little, right, $8 from Jazzy Junk for the darling little beaded purse. I'm not seeing any. It's got like you can see in certain light, there's actually a floral pattern that runs through here. So that's the front of our purse, and then the back is just all the beading. So that's just $8. Bye, hon. Have a good one. Okay. So the masher is, I don't know, probably 1950s or 60s. And it's $12. So. And this one's rather larger than the usual ones that we have. So I imagine the pestle that was, you know, the mortar that this was with is for much larger, so you're able to really, you know, get down those herbs or whatever it is that you're doing. So that one is $12 from Burning Sensation Antiques. So, and then $8 on the beautiful little beaded purse. Okay, bye, honey. Have a good day. All right, these are silver-plated, made in England, little with the cobalt glass inside, salt and pepper shaker set from our vendors, Betty's Treasures, for $9.60. You can see there's cobalt glass. I don't see if you can really see with the lighting in here. Hello, Gloria. So I'm not really catching. There's blue glass in there. You can't really see it very well. And they are silver-plated holders, and they are not quite 2 inches tall. And that's $9.60 for the pair, made in England, silver-plated with the cobalt glass salt and pepper shaker set. This is a lot lighter than I expected. Okay, I have this 12.5 inch tall Genie perfume bottle for $16 from our vendor, Barb's Treasures, and it has the stopper has the dauber on it, so you put your perfume and you can apply it, and this is $16. It's very light glass. And then it has some gold trim on it, and it's almost like an amberish color to the glass, and it has like a swirl pattern to it. And that is just $16 from Auntie's Attic. Okay, what's the price on this? 19. I gotta do that in the calculator. All right, from our vendor, the Hip Chick, we have a two-tone jug that has a partial paper label on it for $13.30, and this is RCP Company, Akron, Ohio. So that is our out of Akron, and it's the two-tone stoneware jug for $13.30 with a bunch of paper label left on it. You could probably soak that off if you wanted to, but I'm not seeing any. There's a tiny little chip here by the handle. That's it. And then some blue paint that dripped onto it. And that is $13.30 for the vintage crock jug. Also from the same vendor, the Hip Chick. For $10.50, we have a signed Demott, D-E-M-O-T-T. There's the signature. Little brass metal sailboat art sculpture, 9¼ inches tall and 4 inches wide. So it's got a little bit of pitting on it, not bad. And then signed down here, but not dated. And that is 9¼ inches tall by 4 inches wide for $10.50. So around here with all the lakes, this is a great little piece to put out. Have a nice Amstel Light beer glass for just $4.80 from Andover Junction. Doesn't say how much goes in there, but I guess I don't know, probably about a pint. And that is just $4.80 for the Amstel Light, Andover Junction. I have the beer glass to Miss Lloyd. Okay. All right. No worries if I know they have sold already typed in and get a little excited. I have this. It's part of a Christmas tree cake mold tins for $9.60. So it's all attached. It's one piece with these bars here from Pickin' Wildflowers, and it is let's see. It is 8½ inches wide by 9 inches tall and about 1 inch deep. So I just thought it'd be a cute little thing that you could put out, put little Christmas ornaments or displays in it, or just prop it up like this, or turn it and have it this way. Just a fun vintage Christmas little display piece for $9.60. Okay. All right, we have a J&G Meakin England sterling, it's not sterling, pattern of forget-me-not. There's a little bit of staining here, a little lidded sugar jar with the sugar bowl covered vase. $8 from Cavalier Collectibles, and it's like green transfers on there. And again, that is marked J&G Meakin England. And that's just $8. That's recently been reduced. All right, we have another lidded piece, the Fostoria coins, and this is in the amber, and this is $11.20 from Betty's Treasures. And that's Fostoria coin for $11.20. actually has a label on it still. Okay, I just know that. That's Fostoria coin glass. So you have different colors. You have the green, you have the red, you have the yellow, you have clear, all different pieces for it. And that's $11.20 from our vendor, Betty's Treasures. Okay. All right, probably, and we're bringing this guy back up again because he got left here and the person never came in to pick him up. Cute little pewter frog from Lazy Q Ranch for just $2. He's a little tiny guy. And he's just $2 for the happy little pewter frog. There we go. So $2 for a tiny little pewter frog. Frog to Gina O'Leary. You got it. Okay. All right, I have Gina first on the frog. Now this is probably one of the most unusual items of the night. Made in Germany. It is an egg slicer for $9.60. So you put your fresh boiled egg, your hard boiled egg in there. And then it's got the slicer built in here. It's going to make it into 6 little sections. Very fine little, and it goes right through to the little openings on there, and your egg is now sliced. And it's all one piece. It's marked made in Germany, and that's just $9.60. It's like a heavy aluminum. So I guess you could use, you put it like that, you could use it as a candle holder. I have the egg slicer for Charlene. It's the kind of thing you just leave out on your kitchen counter and you don't tell anybody what it is and see if they can figure it out. Okay, get ready. I have for $12 red plastic divided sewing box with thread. It's 3 inches tall by 8 inch diameter. It's a nice vintage one. It is made in, let's see, Huck Products Company, New York, New York. And that's just $12 from our vendor. Oh, and it's got the nice big threads in there, folks. And you are getting 6, 9, 10 spools in this awesome carrier for just $12. And that is from Auntie's Attic. And it's red with gold. Sewing box to Beth. I have Beth first on the sewing box. I have this tiny little small brass covered bowl made in India. Again, it's like the vase that we had up. It's etched, and then in between the etching there is red paint. This is from our vendor, Belmont Farmhouse, and that is $8.40. And that's a small little, pretty little trinket box. It's musical when you open and close it. And that's just $8.40 from our vendor, Belmont Farmhouse. All right. Get ready for another deal, folks. This is a $5 amber glass bottle from Jazzy Junk. It's a collector's bottle. It was made here, South Jersey Glass, Clayton, New Jersey, and it features the Batstow Mansion in 1974 in Batstow, New Jersey. So you have that on the front. I have the bottle to Miss Merciel. Very cool. I think, I'm not sure, do you have a couple of these already from the same bottle maker? I know somebody's bought a few of them. We had them in another booth. Vintage Crush had a few. All right. All right, we have that to Miss Merciel on that one. All right, we have a, do we have a year on this? Really, Naugatuck, Connecticut. All right, so Cadbury, out of, it's probably 1990s, Cadbury's chocolate tin for $4.80, and that is from our vendor, Andover Junction. I am saying the 80s, early 90s because there's no website on the bottom. So, yeah, I thought you had those series. So you got another one to add. So each panel has a different vintage Cadbury's melt chocolate reflecting on it, and that is a 12-ounce tin. Really nice shape for $4.80. Ooh, when I say nice, it's actually easy to open. All right, so Lisa, are you saying sold on the tin? No? Okay. All right, so we still have the tin available at $4.80. I have Charlene for the tin. Because I'm assuming the sorry is that you did not mean to hit the sold. Right. Thanks. Right, we have a few more things to get through, folks. Okay, this is a piece of restaurant ware. There's a couple tiny little flea bites on it. It is buffalo china, and it's like a little custard dish, 4-ounce buffalo, $2.40. So it could be either a little teacup that you'd hold like this, condiment, whatever. It is just, it's like that heavier ironstone. That's just $2.40 for the buffalo restaurant ware piece. And that is vintage, and that is from New to You. $2.40. So it's got the little embossing of the buffalo on there. It says China, USA. So that's one of the restaurant ware manufacturers. Okay. All right. We have a Royal Dalton Bunnykins mug of knitting bunnies. Oh, one is trying to knit, and they're all doing other things. And this is $9.60. And it's got the little Bunnykins Royal Dalton mark on the bottom. So we have $9.60 on the knitting bunnies from Vintage Crush. And you have the regular bunnies just hopping all around the rim. So that's probably Peter. He's the one that was always in trouble. And there's even a mouse helping them out. More of a mess than anything. We have one of the most unusual bedside carafe and cups that I've ever seen. $28. This just came in today. So your cup has the roses all over it. And this is from Auntie's Attic. And this actually looks like a vase. It's actually the carafe, and this sits on top of it. It's $28. It is 7 inches tall. And it has a nice marking on the bottom. I'm not quite sure without looking up who that is. It's most likely Austrian or German. You got it, Norma. Good deal on that. I wonder how many of these sold just as a vase, people not realizing that the cup has been missing. All right, so it's called a tumble up. Very cool. All right, now where are my glasses? Here they are. So let's see how well this works. How does this sit? Okay, I see. All right, so we have this wooden nose eyeglass holder for $9.60. So your glasses just sit in there like that, and he holds your glasses. You don't get these glasses with them. I actually need these to drive. So the wooden glass holder for, okay, thank you, Sandy. $9.60 for the, again, the eyeglasses. You see that when you see his little, when he puts on the glasses, how much better he looks. So $9.60 on the wood eyeglass holder. All right. We still have quite a few things to get through, folks. From our vendor, Andover Junction. I did not count on this one. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 whole flower frog for $7.20. This one's a flattish one. And that is glass, and that is $7.20 from our vendor, Andover Junction. I have the frog from Gina. We are on a frog roll tonight. Different types of frogs. Okay. I have Gina first on the flower frog. Oh, I just dropped my Post-it notes. I need those. Okay. Take measure back though, so that's one thing not to lose. Now we have this cute little silver-plated salt for $3 firm. It has little lion's heads on 2 spots on it. I imagine it might have had a glass insert, probably cobalt, but as it is, we just have the silver-plated little bowl with the little lion's heads on it, and that is $3. If you have a dollhouse, it'd be pretty cool. By the dollhouse as like a big urn, by like the front door is a big planter, and that's just $3. I have a little bowl for Peggy. We have a lot of people coming in here looking for dollhouse furniture and dollhouse accessories, so it's good just to put your rings and stuff in too. Nice little trinket dish. Okay. The last pile of stuff came up in this cute little planter for $7.20. It's tan and ceramic, has little bowls and a scrolly design on it. Not marked, most likely USA. That is from Redeemable. It is 4 inches tall, 6.5 inches long, and 4.5 inches wide. Perfect color for the fall, and that is just $7.20. And that's glazed inside and out. It does not look like it was ever used, so you don't have any of the lime staining on it. So that one is $7.20 from Redeemable. Okay. Now, for those that joined us on Sunday night, you got to see this on Sunday, and now people get to see it again tonight. $8 for this beautiful coffee mug featuring the pig snout. So you give this to somebody, as soon as they put it up to their face, that's what you get. And he is just $8 for the pig snout mug. It's like a peachy color. Nice little gag gift. We're getting up to that time of the year where people need those little gifts. Okay, we have a cute little wood trivet card for $8, and it's got 4 little peg feet. It has a thin gold wiring going all around here and around this part of it, and that's like embedded into it, like inlaid in there, and that is $8 for the pretty carved wood stand trivet from Vintage Crush. All right, I know I didn't get you with those things, but I'm going to get you with this one. Wallace China, Los Angeles, California. It's a little stoneware ironstone pitcher for $4.80. Made right here in California. And that is $4.80 for that cute little pitcher. I have the pitcher for Gina, and that's glazed throughout and usable. I have Gina first on the pitcher. Now these are the kind of things that my vendors know to always be on the lookout for. So they're always looking for more ironstone and at price points that we can keep bringing these things to you at affordable prices. All right, this is marked Lenox. This is a Lenox Crystal Cat for $14.40, and he's got this cute little bow on it. And he is marked on the bottom, Lenox, and that is from Betty's Treasures. The pig snout, that's what I thought would be a good one. I got you, Debbie, on the pig snout. That's what I said. It's a perfect gift for a gag gift. I know a lot of people have to do those silly little gifts like that. I have the cat for Peggy. And whoever uses the mug, they shouldn't tell whoever they're sitting across from that they have that mug and just all of a sudden do that. And I'm sure that'll get quite a reaction from people. All right, good night, Brenda. Yeah, I always say I'm going to keep these a little shorter, and I still end up going longer. All right, so we have the cat for Peggy. And we have the mug for Deborah Kennedy. I am getting in more lemon tea cookies on Friday. They should be in here. So, yeah, 24 boxes of the lemon tea cookies coming back in. Okay, I have this, was it Williamsburg pottery? Yes. So we have this nice little Williamsburg salt glaze with the cobalt pottery candle holder for just $6.40. And it holds a taper candle here. So this is the salt glaze and the cobalt. It'll sit on a tabletop, or you can, it looks like you could actually hang it if you wanted to. And it is marked with the Williamsburg stamp on the bottom. And they are still in production in the place. It's a beautiful place. If you ever get a chance, if you're down in Williamsburg, Pennsylvania area, Virginia, to check out their little pottery place. They've redone it over the years, and it's just amazing. It's fun to go in there. And this is just $6.40. So I know a lot of you aren't going to get down there, so for just $6.40, you can have a piece of Williamsburg pottery. Okay. Charlene, I hope you're paying attention. Old Country Roses, Royal Albert, bone china little vase for $5.60. This is the, where'd that tape measure go? It is 4 inches tall. Old Country Roses, Royal Dalton. And interesting fact about the Old Country Roses dinner pattern, it is the #1 selling pattern in the world still. So it's the most popular pattern out there. You got it, Charlene. I used to get my mother pieces of, they used to have a, down in Flemington, there's a really cool little shopping center. It was like outlets, and there was a Royal Dalton and Albert outlet. And I used to get her the most unusual Royal Dalton, the Old Country Rose pieces. That place has since been sold recently. It's going to be made into condos, but it was set up like little houses. It was such a cute little shopping center. But like a lot of shopping centers, they're just becoming a thing of the past. All right, we have this made in England, but designed by Daher out in Long Island, New York. This nice little hinged tin for $7.20, and it is 5.5 by 4 1/4 by 5 1/8 tall. And see, the lid is hinged. It opens up nicely. It's got a nice unusual shape to it. It's a pretty color. I have the tin for Norma. Very pretty. Tins and boxes. You can never have too many because there are always extra storage places for all your other little things. And speaking of boxes, we have this unusual, well, it's as is, it's a screw on here. It kind of keeps coming out. So it needs a little TLC there. But the lid does come off, as you can see by the screw, and then it has these 4 little compartments in it. Because of that issue with this screw, which just needs a longer piece, it's just $7.20 for this nice little old wood box. Again, as is, the lid does come off. But you could probably fix that, or just take out the screw and leave it sitting on top. And that's $7.20. It's got great little compartments in it. Okay. This is an unusual, and it's got pointy little feet. Brass reindeer trivet, or deer trivet, for just $5.60 from our vendor, Jazzy Junk. So it's a nice little piece of brass. Again, these are little pointy little bottoms, so they might have had little rubber feet on them to sit and hold on, or you can just hang it. So it's a very cute little thing to hang. I have the deer for Miss Kennedy. Okay. Everything else on my chair. I have the trivet for Norma. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was for the trivet for the deer for Miss. Went to Deborah Kennedy. So, reach out on that one by a little bit. Okay. I do have another trivet. It's a sad iron trivet, and it is shaped. It even has a sad iron in the middle. And this one has been reduced down from 20 to 12, and then 30% off, so $8.40 for the cast iron Rosenbaum Manufacturing Company. You need it. It actually is. It's You Need It. Gas iron, New York. So this is your sad iron trivet, and this is just $8.40 from our vendor, Belmont Farmhouse. You need it. It says it right here. You need this. So I expect somebody to buy the sad iron trivet because you need it. Okay, cool. And it's just $8.40. I have a pillow cover sham for $12. It's a vintage U.S. Army with the yellow fringe, and it is got the U.S. Army on it with the eagle, and it's mother and dad. And it says, and it's that velvet on top of the satin. In all the years I've known you both, you've planned and strived for me. Through sacrifice of everything that it could a pleasure be, this memento I am sending you is merely a thought from me. So and that's $12 for the vintage Army pillow sham. And it's just you just put it right up in there, and it looks like it would take like a 12 by 12 pillow. And you can get those right on Amazon or in the craft store. And it's in really remarkable condition. And that is from Reloved with Heart. I have a made in Japan pretty painted bowl. It has openings here. It might have had one of those little rattan handles on it. And this is $4.90 from Belmont Farmhouse. Just pretty colors on that. And that is probably 1930s. And again, it's just missing, it probably had a little handle on it. The colors on it are just so pretty. And that's just $4.90 from Belmont Farmhouse. We are getting, there is an end in here. Make sure there's nothing back there. Nope. Okay. All right, we're down to the last two items of the evening. Now, I have a few of these in the shop, and people are always trying to buy these from me. So this one, and it's got good weight. This is a green purse 3-picture holder. It's $4 from Thrifty Rick. This has got some serious weight to it, so you put in your photos, your vintage postcards, and that one is just $4 for the little photo. It actually sits pretty well there. So it's like an enamel kind of, it's very heavy. So it's not going to tip over easily. And that's just $4 for the photo holder. Or postcards, whatever you want to put in there. Business cards. And we have one last, one last tin. I have the picture holder for Lynn Rose. Yeah, we have them in the shop with things, and everybody's always trying to buy my picture holders. So I went with a bunch of little generic ones that I put the postcards in with the sale prices and the booths and stuff in them, which is really cute. All right, last item of the night is a Bristolware made in China Nabisco tin, and this has been reduced down to $4.80. It's 1923 art. It does have a little bit of rusting on it. You Need a Biscuit Nabisco. And that is just $4.80 for the circa 1923 design, but probably the late 80s, early 90s. And it is kind of rusted shut, so. And that one is $4.80 on the Nabisco tin. All right. So that is going to do it for the evening. This Saturday night, folks, is our costume and sterling, the tin for the pox, is our jewelry sale. Is this Saturday night. So if you've not, oh, thank you. So don't forget, if you go on to our events, if you click on the events and you click on going or maybe, it'll send you a reminder. But that one is this Saturday night. And of course, next Wednesday night at 5:30 will be my regular weekly live. We'll probably do another one of those Sunday night walk-arounds, and hopefully we'll figure out next month a time. October 7th and 8th is our 8th annual Fall Vintage Marketplace for the whole weekend. We're going to have our train guy's going to be here all weekend. That Saturday only is going to be our retired Army Major. He'll be here authenticating, buying, and selling military goods. And then all weekend is our Silvery Moon Jewelry. She makes all these beautiful beaded pieces. And who else? That's the three. Yes, so that's who's going to be outside. Inside, we have lots of discounts. So thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. And Don will be back in tomorrow, and he will start getting all your stuff packaged and ready to ship. Thank you, and good night.